So, Terence Crawford, he's about to fight David Avaneysan, and one of my Rebel Gang members, man, my man Fong 19. Shout out to salute to my man Fong 19. He had an interesting point. He's pretty much saying that this could be a precursor to the Spence fight. First they were saying it's not gonna happen in November, so they was gonna push it to January or something like that. And now we're here in February, right? So I obviously had a problem with Bud fighting David Avanesian because I think he's gonna spark this dude, which is cool. But I don't have a problem with Bud staying active. He needs a fight, bro. He hasn't fought in almost a year, so he needs a fight to stay busy, to stay active, to stretch and get all his mechanics going and stuff, right? So I get it. But I also so why Errol Spence, he had a fight this year, but I want to see him fight somebody too as well. But when you think about it, right, is there a method to this? Could we really be on the verge of the big one? Maybe, maybe not. I got less faith now that it's gonna happen. But here's the thing, right? You don't want to put Bud in there with somebody that would be a high risk, right? Like a Boots or like a Virgil Ortiz, because you want him to keep the straps. So could that be what's going on here? And if Errol don't fight this year, could it be because the fight is coming in February and they don't want to put Bud in there? They don't want to put Errol in there with Boots or Virgil because that's too much of a risk to lose the belts as well, right? So maybe that could be what's going on. Because let's say Errol fights Boots or Verge, then he loses to one of them. They're gonna have all the belts, and then Bud's gonna have the belts. So Bud's gonna have to, if he want to be undisputed, fight one of them. And to be honest, those are good fights, but nobody really wanted to see a Boots and Terence Crawford fight for undisputed. Everybody wanted to see Errol fight Bud for undisputed. It's just not gonna have the same impact as a Bud and an Errol fight. Nobody wants to see a Virgil versus Errol for undisputed, anything like that. If Bud fought Boots or Virgil and he loses, then Errol's gonna have to fight Virgil or Boots for undisputed, more than likely, right? It's gonna be the same effect. It's not gonna have the same impact as if Errol and Bud fought each other. That's the two guys everybody want to see fight. So could that be what's going on here? Could it be, okay, here's a stay busy fight for Bud, not too risky, let him knock this dude off, next go into the Errol Spence fight? But the question I got is, what about Errol Spence? Should he have a stay busy fight as well? Should he stay inactive all the way to February if the fight is happening in February? Errol should be getting a fight too. Remember, didn't they say Errol was fighting in November? So what I'm starting to think is, what it's looking like, I could be wrong, y'all. What it's looking like is both of these dudes are lining up pretty much easy fights, so to speak, or like fights that people know they're gonna win. I know a lot of us don't want to hear that. We want to see these two scrap it out, but it's looking like if they are still going to fight, they need more time to promote it a few months down the line. I don't know. But if that's the case, who the fuck came up with November 19th then? If y'all knew y'all wasn't going to be able to line this fighter for November, why you put November out there? So who said November? You didn't hear from Bud. Errol did kind of hit at a November fight day. He said, I'm fighting in November. That's what they saying, right? But Errol know that it's not going to be Bud. They know this shit. So I'm thinking Staniotis. You remember I made a video about that. I said that Staniotis was going to fight. I was hearing that it was going to be Staniotis and Errol. More than likely, that's what's going to happen because he got the WBA. But Staniotis is the regular WBA champion. Errol Spence is the real WBA champion. So, excuse me, no stuffy. That's a possibility. And people think that that's a hard fight for Errol Spence. I don't think it is. I think Staniotis will give Errol a good fight. Absolutely. Pretty decent puncher. I think Staniotis will be the hardest puncher that Errol Spence has faced yet. Besides a Kell Brook. It will probably be, or Danny Garcia probably was the hardest puncher. I don't know. But it's somewhere between maybe a Staniotis and a Danny Garcia. But if he fights Staniotis, bro, what's gonna happen? He's gonna beat Staniotis. Staniotis is probably gonna try to stay there in the pocket with Errol and I see him getting hurt to the body. I think Errol's going to stop him because I saw Staniotis hurt by Butayev to the body in their fight. If you watch it, you'll see he didn't like the body shots of Butayev. So I know for a fact he is definitely not going to like the body work from Errol Spence. So I got Errol Spence beating, stopping, possibly maybe stopping Staniotis. I can't even say for sure. Staniotis is still tough, man. So he probably going to beat him up to the body and hurt him real bad. He'll probably make it to the end of the fight, but I think he's going to conventionally whoop Staniotis. And that same thing with Bud. Bud is going to conventionally whoop on David Avaneysan, absolutely. So these two definitely need a fight. Both of them do. I don't. Yeah, everyone had a fight already, bro. That's one fight. These fighters ain't fighting enough. None of them are. One fight ain't enough, bro. They used to be times these dudes will fight 4 times a year. Boots is one of the most active fighters out. You can say what you want about who he's fighting. Even Canelo. I give Canelo a lot of hell. Canelo and Gerard Ennis are some of the most active fighters out there, bro. You got to give him respect for that. Staying active 3-4 fights a year. I love that. So I want to see him fight somebody before he goes into the Crawford fight too. And it should be Staniotis, and then Crawford takes on Avaneysan. That's it. And it shouldn't be no more excuses. Right now, it shouldn't even be no excuses. Because this fight should have been made long time ago. It should have been made like right around like June, July. This shit should have been fucking made, bro. Right after the Ugas fight. This fight should have been made, man. And I'm not going to keep getting into who's responsible. I don't give a fuck no more. What I care about as them as an undisputed champion. I want to see them scrap it out. And if we can't get them, cool. Then these dudes gonna either have to fight the young bulls or they gonna have to just drop the belts. That's it. I mean, don't hold it. Listen, the division's been held up too long. I don't want to see it get held up past January, February. If these dudes ain't gonna fight, both of them vacate and let the young boys scrap it out, bro. That's it. That's gonna be the worst shit in history for the welterweight division because these two dudes absolutely didn't fight each other. There's gonna be a lot of blame to go around for both of these dudes. You're gonna start seeing blame flinging around. Cool, justifiably though. You know what I'm saying? So could this be a method to the madness? Maybe Terence Crawford fighting Avaneysan is a stay busy fight, and they know that the Spence fight is next. We'll see. And the question is, if Errol Spence is fighting in November, who is he fighting? I suspect it'll be a Staniotis or maybe like one of these Russian dudes that's in the rankings that with those names that you can't pronounce or something that's in the top 10. Bud taking somebody that's in the top 10 is a 6th spot. Avaneysan is 6th at the WBO. So I'm assuming Errol Spence is probably going to take somebody around 6 or 7. Or a more riskier, even though I think he'll win, will be a Staniotis. He definitely ain't taking the boots or a Virgil fight. So it'll probably be a Staniotis or somebody in the lower 10. My prediction on that. But anyway, let's see how it unfolds. This your boy Rebel Life Boxing. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. I'll catch y'all in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.